What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be knocking out some things on the old honeydew list. I had to do some wire shelving, some baskets, some hooks, a wooden shelf under our stove. Had to knock these out for the old wifey. So yeah, that's what this video is about today. Hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and let's get right into it. Let's get started. Alright, so I don't know if you've ever done shelving like this, wire shelving. Pretty self-explanatory. You have these tracks that go on the wall. You have these arms here. Let me actually get one. You have these arms here that click into the track. Bada boom, bada boom. Then you have wire shelf that sits on the arm. Pretty self-explanatory. Today I'll be using the assistance of mini tape, the smallest tape measure ever. Next up, put some lines on there for a measurement, how far you want it. Use something like bolt cutters, you use grinder, you do whatever you want. I measured it right, but this wall was a little bit out of square. You need to take a little fuzzkins, as I would call it. This back. So that's pretty much done. Yeah, so when you're cutting these, you always want to cut on the wall side, just so the factory ends kind of meet up. Didn't really plan on doing this when I did the first one, so the first one's a little jacked up. Hopefully I don't have any problems there. It's on there. Now you got two issues with this, trying to extend one. One being the edge can kind of flap in the wind, so it needs a little bit of support, so you use something like this. Low angle bracket. Goes onto the wall and holds the front end of the side up against the wall so it doesn't fall down. Then you have something like this that joins the two shelves together, the new one to the existing one. Never used this before. I guess we'll give it a go. So with these end brackets, it's recommended that you hit a stud with at least one of these two screws. Obviously that doesn't always happen, so instead you can use some wall anchors. That's what I'm going to use today. Actually, I'm going to test it first, make sure I don't hit a stud, and then I'm going to use a wall anchor. Yeah, these things hold up to like 50 pounds or something a piece, and you use two, so you can hold 100. That's like well over what shelf is rated for. pretty simple. Was able to hit a stud on both the left ones. Use wall fastener on the right ones. Just let the shelf sit where it wants to sit. Slide it up under there where it wants to sit. Mark it. Test for a stud. Put your grommet in. Screw it on. Easy. Simple. These other things, I don't know how these are supposed to work, but we'll figure it out. So pretty self-explanatory, easier than I thought it would be. They do have an orientation. They only go one way. But yeah, it kind of snaps together on the wires going vertically and horizontally. Then you put the bolt and nut in and it screws together. It's actually pretty good. Always gotta clean up so the wife don't yell at you. So yeah, pretty simple. Got a little bit of extra room. Becca can store all her stuff. Before she had half of her stuff downstairs, half of it upstairs. She doesn't use it all the time, but then there's that one time that she uses it and she's like, I gotta get downstairs. So we'll bring everything up here, put it up here, have plenty of space for it, and she can organize it a little better. So that's good, she'll be happy about that. If I give her more space, more organization, frees up more space for my tools, stuff like that. Especially with podcasting, and if I'm doing these YouTube vlog stuff, I need more space for store all my cameras, mics, all that jazz. Yeah, so pretty much wrapped up aside from these. I bought these, we're gonna use them in here. I'm gonna try playing on using 3 in here. If 3 doesn't work, we're gonna use the other one over here. If 3 does work, we're gonna get an extra one for in here anyway. So, interesting. All right, I'm gonna start in on the closet now. So, a little bit of issue with these. They're a little weird, but I think they're made and designed to go between these arms. So I'm not really sure. I really want to fit 3 of them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. And it seems like it doesn't want to fit between this one on the right. I don't know if it's a little off. I don't know. Well, might have to modify one of them. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna end up cutting just a hole in the top. Grab one so I can explain it. So that arm is going to be in the way on this side if I try to put one in the middle. So I think I'm just gonna snip it here, let that arm slide through one of these rungs, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I think a lot of people nowadays, they're afraid. People are always afraid. They're afraid to do something that they don't know if they're supposed to be doing it, if it's possible to do it, how to do it. That's what I think about learning. If you do something yourself, you learn, you teach yourself. Sometimes you just take a chance, risk it. You know, something simple as this. How many people would think, oh, let's cut that right there and make it work? People don't think that way anymore. They're afraid. You know, sometimes you just have to go above and beyond how things were intended and instructed to do, and how it was designed. Sometimes you just got to take a leap, go a little bit above and beyond. I think not just this, and all things in life. You know, just take a risk, take a chance, and a lot of times it works out. You'll surprise yourself at what you're capable of doing. And yeah, that's my 2 cents for the day, for this video. Cool beans. I think that worked out nice. Now we can put, you know, we have abundance of hats, scarves, beanies, gloves. Winter time's coming. We got a little extra space. We usually keep them in these bins, but it's kind of hard to grab what you want when you're trying to go real fast. So we can spread it out, organize, get a little bit of extra space. Cool. Also got some hooks. Not really sure what I'm gonna do with these hooks, where I'm gonna place them, how many I'm gonna use, where they're gonna go. It's gonna be hard to see it anyway. I'm probably gonna tackle that right quick, and then we'll get into putting the shelf under the stove. Alrighty. Alright, so finished putting the hooks in. Give you a little sneak peek. There you go. Nothing crazy. Just putting some hooks in to create some more space. I got 2 more hooks. They're doubles. I didn't know really what I was going to be getting into here. Also got to run them by the wifey, see what she wants to do as far as putting hooks in. I can't put anything too low because we have to clean this whole thing out every time we want to get into the crawl space underneath here. When she gets home, we'll run some stuff by her, see what happens. Other than that, project done. Alright, so on to the next project here. We got our stovetop here, and I do need to put a shelf in. Wife wants a little more organization. I'm going to throw a shelf in here. No, it's not going to look like anything fancy, anything crazy. I just bought a piece of wood from good old Maynard's, because you save big money when you shop Maynard's. Yeah, you can laugh at me for saying Maynard's instead of Menards. Yeah, but that's me. Good old country redneck. Like my little Ingenuity here that looks ugly as heck but works. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, so we'll cut this shelf, see if I can fit it in here. It's really big, and I'm gonna have to make some notches for the wiring in the back there. I don't know if you can see down in there the power supply for the stovetop, and we also have an outlet on the back side of the cabinet, so there's power for that. We got some shelf pins. Hopefully I can fit this shelf in here. If not, then I'm gonna have to cut it in half and just make a small shelf. And then the rest of the board, we're gonna go in here and put a little shelf in so that she can put like saran wrap and aluminum foil, whatever, tin foil in there as well. There's the board over here, the big old boy. So I'm gonna cut a little piece off of that for the small shelf, and then the rest is gonna be the big shelf for the big cabinet. Hopefully I can get this in before it starts raining. So yeah, let's go. people, they feel like you've got to make everything match. You got to make everything look perfect and awesome. And you know what? The fact of the matter is, we're living in an economy that is absolutely terrible. A lot of people don't have money. A lot of people are trying to save. You know, something like this that nobody's going to see, but it improves your life, makes your life better, improves functionality, whatever, organization. Just do it. Don't worry about what people think. Just do it. You know? Maybe it doesn't look the best. I mean, look, I'm putting a shelf. This is just a slab of wood, dude. I'm putting this in as a shelf. You know what? It's going to make our life better, and I really don't care what it looks like. Nobody's ever going to see it except me. Just do it. So it's a tad bit warped. The wood is not the greatest. It's a tad bit warped. I'm going to put this woodworking one-on-one tip. If you got a bow in your board, put the bow so the middle of it, so like you think of it like an arc is your bow, right? Put the hump of the arc up. So over time, gravity will bring it down like this. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is throw a bumper, probably on the back one, just to even it out. And I know you're thinking, Corey, what is a bumper? Something like this. You know, something that you put on like the tip of your cabinet, stop the doors from slamming. Just going to take this, slam it on there, put it in place, and it's going to act as just as a shim to make it level. Now for the big boy. So obviously this is going to be very difficult, and I might cut out the bad parts. So let's see what happens. Why this is going to be bad is it's wider than it is tall. So this length here is more than the door opening. So I have to tilt it in at an angle for one. And I got this dumb thing in the middle here, which I could probably take out. Actually, no, I'm not going to bother with that. We're just going to try to finagle it. Finagle, that's your word of the day. Finagle. Alright, I always hate doing it this way, but when you have a shelf that's too big, you kind of have to put the shelf in there, slam it up, and then put your shelf pins in. Which is a pain in the butt, but it's how you have to do it. I think I'm going to leave it here. Might have to adjust it when Becca gets home. I might drop it down one more, depending on what she wants to put where. But yeah, once it's in there, it's kind of easy. You can just hold one side up, readjust the pins, go to the other side, hold it up, readjust the pins. Pretty simple once you've already got it in there. A little less than ideal. Yeah, wasn't really thinking when I was planning this stuff out yesterday and the day before. Totally forgot about this part, and yeah, so not the end of the world. It's not going to be pretty, But like I said earlier, me and my wife are probably the only ones ever going to see it. So we're just gonna take a little notch out. You know, in the end, we're trying to get a little bit more space for organization. Cut 5 inches out of the way, not gonna hurt us. We got plenty of shelf space left in there to organize what we need. And I don't have to deal with this, taking this apart or finding a solution to this. So, easy. Not what we expected, not what we wanted, but hey, life throws you a curveball, you just gotta take it, you know what I mean? We're still gonna win a little bit in this, we're still gonna benefit from this, so it's not a loss. Just gotta keep going. Woo. Today's YouTube video is not brought to you by Chuck Norris Water. So, this little puzzle piece here. Wow, that could not be any more perfect. Could not be any more perfect. Wow, I literally guessed on that. I thought I was gonna have to trim it. I guessed on it, and it is dead nuts perfect. So yeah, I mean, does it look great? No, not by any means. Does it look designed? Yes. But I mean, all things in life, something doesn't go according to plan. You don't have to give up on it completely. You don't have to call it quits. You don't have to call it a fail. Find a way to work around it, to make it what you want it to be. Find a way. Now, I'm pretty sure, like I said earlier, we might lower this down. The way this is angled should be 5 inches to the furthest point every time, and that's what I cut it. So if I lower it down, it should be fine. But yeah, all right, well, there she blows. Let's try to put this stuff away again. Why we have 500 things of aluminum foil, I do not know. Do not ask me. That's a question for Becca. Alright, so just finished wrapping everything up, putting everything away. Wow, is it hot outside, and I did not realize hot and humid and sticky. I'm a greasy, sticky mess. I need to go take a shower, maybe get some lunch, and I mean, wow, it's a little late for lunch. It's 4 o'clock. Becca just called me, so she's got to work tomorrow, so I got to go pick her up in a few hours. Hopefully, maybe if she cooperates, I will film when I get home and see her reaction to, I guess, all this stuff, what she thinks about it, and yeah, we'll put that in here. So see you in a few.
Okay. Hi, YouTube.
All right, check it out.
Okay. Where did you do cut?
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I think that'll be really nice to grab our coat or hats and gloves and stuff. It'll be a lot easier than grabbing the...
Put the hooks up in there.
Yeah, they look good. Hey, I don't have any on my side.
Well, I was gonna wait until I got some for you, but I didn't know where you wanted to put them, what you were gonna put on them. I don't know if the ones I got are gonna work.
Oh, I like the...
But I hung the umbrella.
Yeah. And your caulking gun.
Mm-hmm. All right, check out the shelvings. Gouda cheese.
Yeah, I think I'll another day rearrange my hair stuff and reorganize a bit. But yeah, it looks nice.
Okay, all right, now let's check out the shelf that is from hell. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay. What on earth is that? What? What is that?
I mean, it has to be that way. Because of the stupid
Yeah.
top orders.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, you got a ton of space in there now.
Yeah.
And then you got your little shelf in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And
Yeah.
also, you need to explain to YouTube why you have 3 things of aluminum foil.
Because.
Okay, that's okay, great. Alright, how did I do on all my projects today?
Good besides that then.
It had to be that way.